it's been a busy week. We've been trying to pick rocks between the rain. The weeds are getting higher, so it's making it harder to see. In the meanwhile, I'm trying to get caught up at home with getting stuff in the garden and all that stuff that's so far behind because we've had such a cold spring. It has been rainy. I don't know that it's been abnormally rainy, but very cold. And just seems like every day that it's nice is a day that I'm at work and I just don't get done what I need to get done. So I've got my custom guy coming hopefully tomorrow to plant cover crop on our land. We're cover cropping it now with I think it's a 7-way blend, which I'll talk a little bit more about in the future. And then we're going to be hopefully baling that for forage. The weeds are getting high, so hopefully it'll get a good enough start before the weeds overtake it. Part of the purpose for this cover crop is weed suppression, so we really need it to get a good start. So my seed was supposed to be here at least a week ago already. It hasn't been, which probably worked out okay because we are behind on rock picking. The land we bought has sat fallow for a couple years, so that has allowed all of the rocks to come up. In the winter, the frost pushes them up to the surface. Typically, farmers will pick rocks once a year before planting. Ours hasn't been picked, we know for sure, in at least 3 years. And our land is on the edge of the Kettle Moraine, which is like a area with a lot of glacial deposits. So, the rocks are big. I worked on a farm in high school and shortly after, kind of in the same area that our land is. And when I grew up picking rocks for my dad and grandpa, we picked up every rock we saw, no matter what the size it was. When I started working for Neil, he was like, nothing smaller than a football or we'll be here forever. And that blew my mind. So we have been picking smaller than that because this will likely be our only picking. I might give it a quick once over after we bale our forage crop, like in August, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So we have to do a really good job this time getting it done. Because next year, midsummer, we'll be planting our perennial pasture into it. So we just got to get it taken care of right away. I will be going to my parents tonight afterwards to pick up my seed. It's easier to have it delivered out to my dad because he has a forklift that he can offload it with. Now, we have a backhoe that, well, actually, we don't even have forks for it right now. But, we can load things, and we do have access to a skid loader that we can borrow, but it's just easier to get it delivered to my dad. I got my seed for my cover crop and then my fall winter wheat right away because it was cheaper to just get it all at once than pay shipping on both. But my cover crop is only, I think, 15 or 16 bags, so I can just throw that in the back of the truck. We'll have to take it out to the land in the morning. We also, last year, shortly after we bought the land, a tornado went through and knocked down a lot of trees in the woods and a lot of trees on the fence lines. We have not gotten to the woods yet, but we're trying to get the trees done on the fence lines so that our custom guy can plant. Now, we got most of it done. I didn't do it. My husband and my son did. There's I think 2 big trees at the back of the lot that he's just going to have to go around, and it is what it is. We'll address it later. We're just running out of time here. Our road that we bought the land on does not get plowed in winter, so we have no winter access. So we were very limited to what we could actually get done there this winter. I mean, we could get onto the property by walking through the neighbor's property, who actually is a friend of ours, but we couldn't get any equipment in there, and you can only carry so much onto the property, and through snow drifts and whatnot. So didn't get nearly as much done as we had wanted to, and this has just been a really busy year for us in general. So I'll show you when we get out by my dad what I've got for seed, and we'll continue on. So I just left my dad's house. I picked up my cover crop seed, and I'm headed home. I've got supper in the crock pot, so we'll actually eat something decent tonight. We haven't much this week. I have got chores to do yet, and then I'm hoping I can just back this seed into the garage. We don't have a lot of room to keep vehicles inside, but my son cleaned out our garage to work on his truck all winter, and there's a few things in the way, but I think I can just back it in. They are forecasting rain again for tonight, so I don't want my seed to get rained on. So we're going to do that. Here's the seed in the back. I actually brought plastic along, assuming that it would be raining once I picked it up today, and of course I was prepared, so it did not rain. That's how things work. So in the morning, we're gonna get out there. We're at the land. We're gonna finish up picking rocks, and then my custom guy's hopefully gonna plant. This is my theoretical plan, because I just pretend now that there's no rain in the forecast, because when they say there's gonna be rain, then there's not, and you've now planned around it for nothing. So this way, if it does rain, I can just push back my plans. But if it doesn't rain and I don't have somebody lined up to help me pick rocks, and I don't plan on getting out there, and then last minute the custom guy says, well, it's clear, let's go, then I won't be ready. So I just plan like it's not ever gonna rain, and you can always push your plans back rather than not being prepared. Okay, so just talked to my custom guy. It's not going to happen today, which I knew. I don't think he got done what he wanted to yesterday. And it rained all night. Well, not all night, but it rained quite a bit last night. It looks like we're going to be clear here until, I think, at least noon today. I need to run into work for like an hour and a half, and my husband is going to meet me out at the land, and we're going to finish up rocks. So at least it's 100% done. We'll put our seed there. We have some little storage sheds out there, so then our seed is at least there. So if my custom guy needs to get there and I can't meet him, at least the seed is there and he can get started. He was hoping that at some point I could come and block traffic. It's not a dead end road, but it's a little gravel road that goes between two county roads, and it's, I don't know, maybe a mile and a half long. But he just wants me to block traffic from one way, because it really is just like kind of one lane. And he doesn't want to meet a car and then have to have them back up on a hilly, windy gravel road. So hopefully I can meet him out there at the time that he wants to come out and plant, but we'll just go, play it by ear and see what it is. So we'll be out there later picking rocks. we've got some other things to do. My husband went out last night. We had some piles of brush that we had hoped to get chipped before Mike came out to plant, but at this point, like, we ran out of time. So he moved that all last night. I actually have no idea like where he put it, so we'll see. We've got a couple options. We have a former student of my husband's does tree removal. He has a big chipper we can borrow. My uncle also has one. So we will get one and get around to that. It just didn't get on the priority list it's on the priority list. We ran out of time. We didn't get around to it, and that's the way things go. So he moved them out of the way so at least we can get it planted, and we'll go from there. Rock picking. No fun. Right, Austin?
Yeah.
Austin's my professional rock picker, right?
Yes.
You're good at it, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. Should we see what Robert's doing over there?
Sure.
Where is he? See him? Oh, there he is. He's really excited. He's so excited about rock picking. Everybody loves rock picking.
Where the road runs down by the butternut grove to old Bill Skinner's stream. Do tell at the noonday bell it's time for a summertime dream. In a lunch pail town in a one-horse way, you can live like king and queen. Let's steal away in the noonday sun, it's time for a summertime dream. Birds in all creation will be twittering in the trees. And down below's the pond, I know you can swim in it if you please. And if you come around when the mill shuts down, you can see what chivalry means. Just steal away in the noonday sun, it's time for a summertime dream.
Okay, so he's gonna go dump this load, and what we're gonna do is actually move down over farther there. We're on the hill right now, and we have spent more time picking just this small portion of this hill than I think we have in the other 15 acres. And as we kind of got to this other side of the top, it's just getting to be like too much. And it's not a lot of big ones, it's all really a lot of small ones. So when the weather was really good the other day, we had worked from the far side of the field and come this way. And then when the weather was not so good the other day, we worked from that side and came this way. And so now we're kind of not quite to the middle. But we're sick of this, and honestly, the time that we have spent on the top of that hill and on the side of that hill is, more than we've spent on the rest of the field, and we just don't have time. So we're gonna go get the rest of it done, and then whenever we get this planted, like in the next couple days here, I'm just gonna try and get back out maybe with my son, or maybe if Austin's up to it again. You think you want to come back and do that hill?
I will love to, I hope, yes.
He works like a horse. You have no idea. So we're gonna just come back to it, and if there's a spot that's bad enough, I'll just tell Mike to go around it. I honestly don't expect that part of the field to be that productive anyway, because that's like at the top of one of those glacial deposits, and there's just so much rock in it, and it's real sandy too. So I'm not worried about it right now. We just need to get the rest of this done. So
A trip on down to Wonderland, in love among the flowers, where time gets lost with no straw bars, tallying up the hours. The road runs down by the butternut grove to old Bill Skinner's stream. summertime dream. Time for a summer shot.
Okay, so we're pretty much done here. We've got a little bit on the top of that hill to do yet, but I don't even care. My back is done. My husband's knees are done. Austin's done. You're done, right? We're eating sandwiches. We're having a little snack at the back of the
Yes.
car, right?
Yes.
Thumbs up. Yep.
Thumbs up, yes.
All right, so I just wanted to show you the tools that we have been using. So Austin uses a big screwdriver to pry these out. Do you like it?
I do,
He likes it. He likes it. Okay. And then Robert found these at Harbor Freight. It's kind of like a mini pickaxe. Let me tell you, they have worked amazing. And then we also use one of these fence posts, like that you use for like portable electric fence. And we just mark our rows so we know like where we're aiming for and where we're going. And it helps us keep track of what we have done. So thanks for watching my first vlog. I'm headed home. I've got Austin dropped off and I'm hoping to get chores done, reheat some stuff for supper, and just relax for an hour before I go to bed. So thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.